Welcome back to the second part of our Ease 1 playthrough with me, Phil 2 Real. So now we just got done getting to the town of Menina. So we're going to do our usual thing in RPGs and talk to all the villagers, get some more information. But yeah, so right here, there's a guy talking to Dr. Claus. Very lucky I found him. He's one of the harder villagers to find if you're trying to talk to everyone. And Lisa here in the clinic can sell you some medicine. So if you want to buy a bottle of medicine to fully heal yourself in a dungeon, you most certainly do that there. And then if you want to talk to Harshell, anyways, you can. He's right there. And then you want to talk to all four of these patients here. They'll give you some very good information. It lets you know that, hey, this guy just beat him over the head and stole his family's silver shield. So, interesting how it's a silver shield. Braun doesn't really give us any useful information. Let's see here. Theodore doesn't really tell us anything. He just said, hey, he got ambushed by some animals. And, yeah, that's not good. That's probably why he's in the clinic. We're going to go talk to Julius. And he talks about a person in a black cape that gave him shivers. Surely that guy won't be important. Ricardo talks about a girl with a silver harmonica, but he hasn't heard her play in a little bit. And Caesar is getting his drink on. It's, it's the good stuff. Nikki doesn't really say anything very useful, but these three fellows right here kind of give us some very good information. The bartender is very surprised that, hey, we made it all the way to Esteria. With the storm wall there, the muscular man over here, willing to have a drink with them. He lets you know about the rhoda trees here in Esteria, and their seeds are very, very good delicacies. That's useful information for later. The one-eyed guy is going to talk about how he lost a sapphire ring. So that's again some useful information. And if we talk to Old Man Franz, he lets us know, hey, if you have any questions, then you might want to go talk to the fortune teller, which is one of the very important people in Adol's journey here in Ease 1. And then Miner Doug talks about how he used to work in a silver mine, and once the mine is overrun with demons, they stop mining. So again, everything tends to go back to silver, and Home Dude in the bar got his silver shield stolen by some guy after getting beaten in the back of the head. So yeah, that's not good. Big clue onto what's going on here. Everything again revolves around all this silver they're mining out of the ground. And Haystock talks about how their ancestors built Dharm Tower such a long time ago. She's amazed by it. And Rossetti is our weapon dealer of the game. He only sells 3 weapons though. The short sword, long sword, and a tawar. We're really only going to buy 1 weapon from him in the entire game. That's the long sword. The tawar, we're going to be able to get that much later in the game for free. The short sword, we already got, so no biggie there. Dios's armory sells armor and shields. Later on, when we get a little bit of money, we're going to buy the first tier of armor, which is the chainmail. And then we're going to buy I think it's just a wooden shield. I think that's the first tier of shield. But yeah, very important to stock up on armor here, because otherwise Adol's just going to be getting hit very hard like by trucks if you don't get any armor stuff. We're going to continue to talk to some people, and that's going to be the first bit of this part. I'd say like the first third of the part. But yeah, and then Lydia talks about how this dark hooded man looked very, very good looking from behind, but when she looked at the face, it was like, oh god, what the hell? Like Hank Hill, whoa! But yeah, that kind of thing. Luca talks about how Silver Sword was used to defeat an army of monsters a long time ago. Yeah, it's very useful information. Come on, cat, talk to me. Oh, that's a good kitty. Okay, then we're gonna go in here. That's the fortune teller. We'll come back to her in a little bit. She's probably, oh, how rude. Cornell's talking about Sarah. She's a fortune teller. How she's saying the world's going to come to an end. And then Boss Bongoa talks about how Home Dude lost Sapphire Ring. the shopkeeper found it. It's like, oh, I'm going to sell this and I'm going to make a ton of money. And Adol's like going to be like, hey man, I'll buy that ring from you, but you're going to sell it to me cheaper. But we'll talk about that. So now, the lady was talking about how the kids aren't allowed to go anywhere. Freddie Mercury's over here saying he wants his mom to live with him. Let's see here. Johan's talking about how they used to play under a tree and the grown-ups won't let them anymore. So, you know, the adults are like, hey, you don't want to get snatched up by demons and eaten up. But Pim here, Pim is the shopkeeper that sells some useful items and how you make a good chunk of your money early on in the story. So there's a sapphire ring that this dude snatched up off the ground. We're not going to be buying it for 1,000 gold. We're going to be haggling. So if you act like you're going to buy the ring 10 times and you cancel it out, on the 10th time, he'll sell you the ring for 900. You should buy it for 900. He won't go any lower. And then if you decide to just keep doing it to try to get lower, he's not going to give it a discount. And when you get that discount, all the items in his shop, which is just going to be 2 after this, are going to be sold for 10% less. So your wing and your mirror are going to be cheaper. So yeah, we're going to keep doing this 10 times to get the ring. And even though we buy it for 900 and sell it to, not sell it, give it to this dude that he effectively stole the ring from, he's going to give us some money. And that money is going to be very useful to get some gear. So you're going to make a net profit. So you bought it for 900. I believe the guy, I want to say he gives you like 1,500 or 2,000 gold. So very useful. And then Tabitha over here talks about how her grandfather is the mayor of the next city, Zipak village, and how something went missing and she shouldn't utter a word, but you know, Adol, good looking red-headed man, was like, oh hey, I think I can trust you. So I'm looking around, make sure I didn't miss anybody, and that's going to be unfortunately a good part of me being in this town, just trying to make sure I got everyone I need to talk to. But yeah, so very, very, very useful information all around. So we know this dude's silver shield has gotten jacked. We know silver trade is linked to this Caped Crusader or villain, and he doesn't like silver very much. I wonder why. So now we're gonna talk to Sarah. She's like, oh my, it's you. You're not from Esteria, correct? You did come here by across the stone wall? Gosh, thank goodness. You're going too fast, Phil. But please get your gear in order. I must beg a favor from you. Why don't you just tell me what your favorite is first, and then I'll go get my gear. Why does it have to be in that order? But so, I'm pretty much broke right now. We're going to go and trade this ring in and see if our good one-eyed friend is going to give us anything. So, Phil, what are you doing? So we're going to go and talk to the one-eyed man. You found my ring. Thank you so much. I could face my wife. Can't offer you much in return, but I'll give you 1,500 gold. So awesome. We made a net profit of 600 gold. So now we'll use that gold, and we're gonna buy the first tier of armor and the first tier of shield, and it should get us back up to shape. Righty. And one thing about talking to townspeople, you can use a button to talk. But when you run up to the person and you make contact, you bump into them as you go, like if you're doing combat, they'll talk to you. So it's not really a button, so if you just run into a person, you're just going to automatically talk. So that's one bad thing about these, but you just get used to it. It's a little bit of annoyance at first, but you just generally get used to it. So equip all that. We're going to get some baby defense there. Got 25 defense. And then we're going to go talk to good old Sarah. Right, Phil? No? Yes, maybe. Okay, I know what you're going to do. You're going to talk to... No? You go up to the top right, you're going to talk to the troubadour, right? Maybe? Possibly? Yes? Yes? We're going to talk to Fana. And she's talking about how there's thieves where Darm Tower is. And Rhea, she has a portrait, so she's going to be very important. She's talking about how she's missing a silver harmonica and she values it more than her life. Important information, so we got to look out for a silver harmonica. There's Darm Tower in the background, and then you can see the ice cream scooped valley in the background. I guess the wall, if you can, the cliffside. But yeah, we're going to be making our way over that area here shortly. Well, I should say shortly, but we're going to be exploring not the valley, but the plain and everything. But yeah. Very, very, very useful information all around. And there's one more set of people that we need to talk to. I think no, it's not these people. This is the mom that's like, hey, no, we're not gonna let our kids out. And Freddie Mercury's still there, so yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's try talking. That's Sarah's place. Oh, where is it, Phil? You're trying to find these people, and I'm over here trying to stall. Johan, stop talking to me. I know about the tree already. Leave me alone. I think it's this door right here, right? Yes. No, this isn't it. That's an old couple. Beck's over here saying, hey, don't go into that mine or else you will die. I think it was that house right there. I just passed on the left. No, it is this house. So the mayor says, hey, Rastin mine got destroyed. That's the mine that everyone's talking about. And old granny there is like, hey, we built walls around the city. It's a miracle. So yeah. So I'm just checking through all my notes to make sure that I've talked to everyone. So now we're going to go talk to Sarah and get the plot going. Alright, and then Sarah's portrait's going to change. You can be like, oh, mystical, magical ball, swordsman, thank you for coming. Are you familiar with books of Ease? Ease was the name of an ancient kingdom that existed here long ago. The lost history of the land of Ease is lost. You're going too fast, Phil. Basically, long story short, the MacGuffins of this game are you need to get 6 books of Ease, and then the game's over. Long story short. Because as soon as you get that 6th book, the game literally ends right there. The Theros Crystal. It's going to be given to us. This is how we're going to get into the shrine. And we're going to go visit Sarah's mom, Jebba. She lives in the Zip-Pack Village. And we're going to go there now. Granny's going to talk to us about some stuff. Granny's going to say, hey, go to the shrine, get the book there. And a lot of stuff's going to happen in this shrine. Other than kill a monster. So, we're back in the plains. Good old first steps to war. Just going to start playing. And this is what I consider Adol's theme in Ease 1. Every Ease game tends to have this very, very dramatic, very, very pumped up music down the field where, the very first field you venture in. So in Ease 1, it's First Steps to War. Ease 2, I think it's the Ruins of Midoriya, but I'll talk about Ease 2 because Ease 2 not a great game. But I want to spend some time grinding here. And then I'm going to talk about a little bit of stuff I got wrong in the first part. Shame on me. I know. I'm just, lazy and I don't want to re-record the other part. I'm going to leave Future Phil to make those fixes for me. And I know he's going to be busy on this part too, so I might mess some stuff up because, I'm just human like that. So, I was actually wrong about Europa being the continent that this game takes place in. It's actually, blah, 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 blah. Where's my notes at? It's actually Eresia, E-R-E-S-I-A. I probably mispronounced that, but it's Eresia. And Esteria, this part I didn't say, but Esteria is off the coast of Gila, which I believe Gila in this world is modern day France. I think Gila actually comes from Gaul, which is I think what the Romans called France way back then. But it's a history lesson, right? We're here to talk about Ease. But in these plains right here, what we're looking for 2 items in particular. We're looking for the bestiary potion, which is how you get information from the enemies. You don't really need it, but it's just very useful. The unfortunate thing is once you drink this potion, you don't have to drink it, but it's very useful because once you drink this potion, the top left portion of the screen will be given Adolf's stats, his level, his HP, his attack, his defense, his equipment. So you equip it and you push a button and it'll say, Adol, drink the potion. It felt more deeply aware of the threats around them. So you can see all this stuff on the left. And then the enemies that you kill will be on the bottom right. As you kill more of them, you can get more of their individual stats, their attack, their defense, their level. And then when you kill more of them, you can go into the notes section of the enemy's bestiary, and you can see like how much gold they drop, how much experience you get, so forth and so on. And there's another location that we're going to find out here. It's the Rhoda tree, R-O-D-A in the tree. And the Rhoda tree, specifically this one in this area, is very important because we need to visit the Rhoda tree in order to get a very important item to beat the game. Because without the item, we can't beat the game. But you won't be able to progress without the item either. So we're going to kill all these enemies, and we're going to follow up the wall north. And we're going to find a giant tree. that has its own cutscene right here. This is the Rhoda tree. So Adol's in awe. He's like, "Oh, great tree of Rhoda. What can I do?" And Adol's like, "I can't hear anything, so I'm out. Bye." If you go up to the top left and you follow the path, you'll find another treasure chest. But this treasure chest, unfortunately, it's locked. You can't do anything with this. So, yeah. So what are we gonna do? Well, we gotta leave it behind because we can't open it. Shame, right? So, we're gonna go and we're gonna find the golden urn, which unfortunately, I walked past it and I don't catch it. And after searching for a little bit, we're gonna just continue our journey to Zippack Village, just to show where the Zippack Village is, and then I'm gonna cut to where the urn is. And I'll mention like where the urn is because I literally walked past it and I'm just like, dude, it's right there. But in my defense though, it's a very small item. You won't notice it. It's in a body of water off on the shore. So you wouldn't notice it unless someone told you right there on the left, that green thing in the water. So that's actually the urn. It doesn't look very green. It doesn't look gold. It looks green right there again. So I'm not gonna be able to find it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and eventually I'm just going to give up and just go and find Zippack Village. So, la 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 la, Adol's like, I'm just trying to find some enemies to murderize. So yeah. And right here, I'm thinking it's on this water line, not that little pond I found. So, unfortunately, we're going to watch myself kind of just walk around in circles. Again, I know it's on a water line, I just don't remember where it is. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Zippack Village. So just follow this up north, and then eventually you'll hit a wall and you have to go east. And then you follow this path, and then you'll get to a sign that says Zippack Village. Zippack Village. Okay, right here. So I cut right here, and this is something sparkling at the bottom of the pond. It's a golden vase. And so this golden vase, we're going to sell it to good old Pim. So I want to cut back to going back to Minea Village. So go here. And we're going to do something very similar to what we did when we bought that sapphire ring. We're going to haggle with them. So we're going to pretend we're going to sell the golden vase to him 10 times. On the 11th time, he'll want to buy it for a much higher amount of money. So he's willing to give us 2,000 for it, but we're going to haggle. We're going to do that, and I want to cut to the 11th time. And he's like, okay, you drive a hard bargain, stranger. I'll buy it for 2,200. So we got an extra 200 gold. Very useful. So we're going to use this, and we're going to upgrade some of our equipment. I believe I'm just going to buy the long sword. Phil, what are you doing? Oh, I know what you're going to do. So what I'm doing here, I'm trying to mentally do math in my head. Do I have enough for the mirror and the wing and the long sword? But I'm going to go ahead and back out because I'm like, I'd rather get the sword, make sure I have enough for the sword, and then buy all the extra stuff that's not very necessary. But the wing is a good item to have at all times because it's an escape rope. It'll take you back to Minea Village, whether you're in a dungeon or whether you're out in the field. It's very good. So it's very good to have a wing at all times. So we're going to go to Rossetti's weapon shop, and we're going to buy a long sword. No, we don't want the short sword. No, cancel that. Long sword. And he's like, this is a good sword for a top-class swordsman, stranger. So we're going to go buy that long sword. We're going to equip it. So we go from short to long. So short to long. About like what? Like a 10-point bonus to our attack. That's very good. Very useful. Very handy. Very deadly. So now we're going to go back to Pim, and we're going to buy our handy dandy wing and mirror. I'm never going to use the mirror, but it's a very useful tool if you want to get a trophy regarding another character. But it freezes enemies, they stand still, so it kind of gives you a chance to maneuver and then be able to bump into them without killing yourself. Or in the case of other character, make sure they don't die. So we go back to Zippack Village's entrance and we enter. Per usual, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk to everyone. And Old Man Lahan is going to let us know that, hey, Ease and Esteria had two goddesses that looked after. And the silver bell is missing. Rose Town noticed it was silver. And again, this caped guy is probably the culprit. culprit, you know, the person who did the bad deed. Words are not my hey. Granny Edda lets us know there's 2 giant fields, one in the south we can visit where the road tree is, and the other one's to the west where the mine is. And that one also has a rotary tree, but that one's not as important. So, talk a little bit. Old Man Corvo's gonna let us know that hey, the bandit thief in the north is not such a bad guy. He saved his life. Granny Soya is saying, hey, don't go into that shrine. There's hooded ghouls that end your life and everything. Bad stuff happens, blah blah blah. Omen Cornin, kind of very useful for a little bit of backstory, because if you don't talk to him, you kind of miss a very important piece of information story of Ease 1. He used to be a miner, and it's very important talking to him twice to get that backstory. Talking to him twice lets you know, hey, there's 2 statues of goddesses, and these goddesses were holding a black pearl. When he went back, the goddesses statues were missing, the black pearl was missing as well. This is the granny that we need to talk to. We'll go back and talk earlier. She's like, hell, how rude, you entered and exited. My granddaughter told me about you somehow. But yeah, so yeah, very important backstory to Omen Conan. And then this is the mayor that the lady was talking about. She's like, my dad's silver bells are lost. Can you go find them for me? Or that's what the mayor says. He desperately wants to get it back because these bells apparently are a good luck charm that keep demons from coming in. And he thinks that the thieves stole it, but as we find out, the thieves are not the ones who stole it, and the thieves actually had their silver stolen as well. So notice everything is silver bells, silver armor, silver sword, silver everything is missing. The whole world's going hell in a handbasket, if you will. No Man Pablo's like, hey, I'm just gonna live my best life and fish here. So yeah. So, what else? Pamela's like, yeah, stuff's getting stolen. It's not good. This lady is the wife of Luta. He sleepwalks, which is bad. He's actually a very important character in this story, believe it or not. We haven't met him yet, but he's a very important character overall. And he's going to save our bacon later. And Granny Toby lets us know, hey, these thieves built a hideout right in front of Darm Tower. They probably posted up there to keep bad stuff from happening, I imagine. You know, I'm sure that's what thieves do in the world of Ease. So now I'm missing one person's entry, and that's the Granny. I think it's Jebba, I think. And I'm thinking, oh, I gotta go this way, but oop, there's a force. So we're not gonna go that way. It's this house right here. And old Granny's like, what the hell, you're making me wait. She sees I have Sarah's crystal. She's a swordsman that Sarah's talking about, and I intend to find the books of Ease. And she's like, okay, here, you need this key. So without even getting my name, she's like, here's this key, go save the world. Like I said, Adol just appears and bad stuff happens and he has to save the world. This is chronologically his first adventure. So yeah. So we get the shrine key. We're gonna go up north. Hopefully I don't make any more detours. I'm over here thinking I missed somebody. But okay, so we're gonna go up to the path of the shrine and get more of that awesome track First Step to War. And what are you doing, Phil? So we're gonna take out these enemies and we're gonna level up some, and then we're gonna find interest in the shrine. Well, not necessarily in that order. We're gonna find interest in the shrine. It's just called a shrine, but it used to have a different name. It used to be called Solomon Shrine, but now it's just Shrine. I wonder why. Surely that won't have any context in the second Ease game. So, we're going to go up to the north and go to the east, and we're going to go find these bandits that everyone seems to think are bad guys, but they seem like a very good bunch. So, kill these bad monsters. We're going to go to the Thieves' Den, and Morgan the Thief is not going to talk, and I try ransack the thieves. I didn't catch that other dude's name, but Gobon is the leader of these thieves. And if you talk to him a few times, you get some very useful information. They're like, hey, they think it's still all the silver, and he's like, you got it wrong, kid. We're not stealing silver, and it's actually our silver that was stolen too. And he's like, if you find the culprit, he'll pay dearly. So if you talk to him a few times, he gets that information. He's not against stealing from the poor like most thieves in a lot of games, but he's like, you negotiate with them. He's like, hey, and I was like, hey, I need the silver bell, homie. Can you give it to me? He's like, we don't have it, dude. And you're free to doubt us, but we're innocent. So and I was like, okay, well, it's a bit of a problem. We gotta find the silver bell. So, negotiate? Are you sure? Come on, man. You got the silver bell, cough it up. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. Let's go back in here. I'm like, I'm just gonna go to Darm Tower now. And no matter how much I pushed against the door, it did not budge, and there doesn't seem any keyhole. Now, once you talk to Gobon, his two thieves will talk to you, I think. I didn't do it right there, but I remember them wanting to talk after you talk to Gobon. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go back to the front of the shrine, and then we're going to cut back to when I level up to level, I believe, 5, I think. Let's see, level 5, yes, level 5. And then we're going to go inside the shrine, explore a little bit, and get to the very first boss door, and then we're going to cut from there. So, very interesting part. Got a lot of backstory. Got introduced to the first steps of war. Very good stuff. And I'm over here healing. Yeah, I was healing. Because again, if you stand still, you heal. So save, we're going to go to the shrine. Go to the right, we're going to touch the gold goddess statue. It'll teleport us into the depths of the shrine. To the left is a locked... What the heck were you doing there, Phil? To the left here is a locked chest. We can't do anything with it. And this area here is dead end. We're going to go to the door. I have no words, Phil. Go to the door in the north and then go back. We're going to work our way to the right. And there will be a treasure chest here that we're going to open. This one's mysteriously unlocked with a ruby inside. Okay, so rubies found. We can sell it to our good old homie Pip, or Pim, for some good old cold hard gold and buy more equipment. But what we're going to do is I want to navigate to that boss door, which boss doors here are indicated by a set of doors that have like a very indicative emblem. And every time you see that emblem, there's normally a boss fight right behind it. This is that door I was talking about. So we're going to save and we're going to cut here. And I'll catch you on the next part, guys. Later. Bye.